And welcome here into Stillwell Stadium, Game 3 of a 3-game series here for Kennesaw State, facing off against the Liberty Flames for the 6th straight game. On the mound today for Kennesaw State is Ryan Kennedy. The lefty hurler has a 4.33 ERA on the season, 1.39 whip, and 6-1 on the year, and he has been able to pitch 54 innings, started every single year that he has been on the roster for Kennesaw State, and the Sunday starter for the Owls today. First up is going to be Gray Betts to start off for the Liberty Flames. And the Owls just yesterday couldn't come back quite enough. They were able to scratch across 5 runs in the bottom of the 9th to lose just 12-11. Once again, they got 5 runs in that inning off the grand slam from Garrett Hodges and then a solo jack from Malik Spratling, his 3rd of the game, to pull within 1. Unfortunately, a very good play by the first baseman, Logan Matthew, to end that 9th inning and send the Flames with another win. Flames are 19-1 in the conference, so this is going to be another tough game for the Owls facing off against Liberty. And Betts about to step into the box. Cora already playing in on the grass on the third base line. Liberty wearing the red uniforms, the white pants, and the Owls with the black uniforms, gold trim across the chest and number. And the lefty-lefty matchup. Fastball in for strike 1 to start off this game. First pitch, 75 degrees outside. Not really too many clouds. Also, only 5 miles per hour in terms of wind. And that next pitch rides outside for ball 1. So not a whole lot of wind. A nice day here. 1 o'clock first pitch here in Kennesaw. Kennedy delivers the 1-1. Breaking ball off the outside edge. Kennedy, a guy that keeps a very quick pace. He's already in motion. And that one fouled off of Tolvey's mask. Bounces back to the screen. Umpire throws the ball back to Kennedy. Flames come into this game 35-11 total on the year. 22-2 at home. Came into this game 11-9 away and now, or excuse me, 10-9 away now. 13-9. Next pitch is fouled away. Seems to be out of play. Tolvey was running toward the dugout, but didn't have enough room. 2-2 count, no outs. Game just underway. The first batter of the game. This is still Gray Betts. Betts gets into the box, batting .350 as a sophomore, playing behind the dish. The 2-2. He lines that one out to left, but just hangs up a little too long as Hodges brings it in for out number 1. So lined out to Hodges to start off this ball game. That brings up Aaron Anderson. Anderson batting .349 when he steps in. Batting from the right side. Defense just about straight up. Kenny delivers that ball off. Tolvey could barely frame it. Kenny delivers a fastball on the inside the second time. Wow, a very emphatic strike from the umpire. You're going to be able to hear that all game. The 1-1. That one fouled back and out of play. So it drives 1-2. Again, a scoreless ball game here in the top of the first. This is just the second batter of the game. Kennedy on the mound here with 1 out. Anderson had 3 singles yesterday against the Owls. The 1-2 breaking ball fouled away. Is it going to... No, excuse me. Yes, it is going to be foul. Just out of Norman's reach over there in right field. So Anderson makes his way about halfway up the line before he has to start to come back. Defense just about straight up here on a Sunday afternoon game. Once again, it's the 6th consecutive game the Owls have faced Liberty. The 1-2 pitch. That one lined up the middle, but Patel gets it as a one-hops off of the pitcher's mound, tosses it over to Hassan for out number 2 to start off this top inning.
Batting third and playing second base, number 17, Will Wagner.
Now we'll bring up Will Wagner. playing second base. Maybe the best all-around hitter on the team. Usually you don't see that a whole lot from second baseman. That's the case you're getting from Wagner. He's batting .333 along with 6 home runs, 41 RBIs, and Kennedy delivers strike one, fastball outside edge. He takes a step off the mound, and he gets that glove right up to the eyes, and he's right back to it. Next pitch hits the glove, strike two, identical fastball outside. Hassan hugging that first base line. Coro about halfway between third and second base. The 0-2. Slider rides out for ball one. So 2 outs, Kennedy getting to work early. And yesterday, it's a very key inning for Kennesaw State. As Kennedy delivers another breaking ball. This one in the dirt. Bounces up to Tolvy's chest plate. As Liberty jumped out to a 3-0 lead to start off the first inning yesterday, Kennesaw wasn't able to answer until the 5th. The 2-2. Fastball struck back foul. And this seems like an umpire that likes to throw the ball straight to the pitcher instead of giving it to the catcher. The 2-2. He delivers another breaking ball, sputtered away. That's to the left side. 3 straight foul balls for Will Wagner. Kennedy, last time out, was against Liberty. Again, 6 straight games, so these starters have all faced Liberty. He went 6 innings, 3 earned, a walk, and 4 strikeouts. That was his only loss on the year, 6-1. So he fires for 2-2. Swung on and missed, but a drop third strike. And Tolvy picks it up and puts it down at first base. So Ryan Kennedy goes 1-2-3 to start off this top first. Can the Owls get some runs on the board here in the bottom half? Stick around to find out. And after the top of the first goes down 1-2-3, Kennesaw State has the chance to put some runs on the board early on. Going to the bottom first, Tyler Tolvy's going to lead it off here for Kennesaw State. Jesse Sherrill with the day off. Not exactly sure why, but he's not in the lineup today as Gavin Patel will be playing at second. So your 1-2-3 for Kennesaw State will be Tolvy, Carballo, and Norman, followed by Hodges, Spratling, Nick Hassan, Tyler Simon, Jake Coro, and Gavin Patel in the 9-hole. On the mound for the Flames, it is Trey Gibson, a freshman with a 3.10 ERA in his 13 games starting. He has a complete game on the year, 7-3, also 61 innings pitched. So this is a youngster that has some tread on the tires in his freshman year. So a scoreless ball game. The Owls now at the bat. This is Tolvey, the lefty, facing off against the right-handed Trey Gibson. First pitch, fastball, lined right back to the screen, foul. And Tolvey snapped a 9-game hitting streak yesterday. Got on base with a walk, but was unable to actually record a hit. So an on-base streak continues. The 0-1. And that one fouled back yet again. That was inside. Kind of fouled that off the screws of the bat. Infield playing him shifted to the right. Now the shortstop goes right behind second base. Third baseman only one on the left side of the infield. So the 0-2 count, he shifted the pitch. He fouls that one off yet again. So 3 straight foul balls to start off this game. Gibson 5th in the ASUN in strikeouts, so he will put some guys back in the dugout. 68 on the year. Looks in for a long sign. Delivers 0-2, and Tolvey fouls it off yet again, out of play. This one on the outside edge. So staying alive 0-2. Also, interesting fact about Gibson is he has 61 innings pitched on the year. He has not given up in home run. Most of his runs given up have been via doubles. Only 21 earned runs on the year. The 0-2. Tolvey chops that one high to second base. The second hop takes a little bit longer, but they're able to get it to first base in time, and Tolvey goes down. Shift probably had nothing to do with it there. I was probably going to be an out regardless, but 1 out to start off this bottom first in a scoreless ball game between the Owls and the Liberty Flames. This brings up Alex Carballo batting in the 2-hole today. Again, without Sherrill, they slate Patel in at the 9 spot, and then everyone else moves up 1 spot. As Carballo usually in the 3-hole. That first pitch, fastball outside. And Carballo, like he has all year, is also shifted on that right side. Second baseman in the outfield grass. Shortstop over the bag. The 1-0 pitch. Changeup. Strikes the inside corner. Wow, Carballo already upset. He had a pretty good exchange with the umpire yesterday in the 8th inning. So 1 out here, scoreless ball game. The 1-1, that one chopped high to the shortstop, and not a traditional 6-3, but that is what it scored. He throws it over. So 2 high choppers to start off the inning for Kennesaw State here in the bottom first. And with a 0-0 game, that brings up Terence Norman. And Norman had 2 doubles yesterday. He struck out with the bases loaded in the 9th, but then that brought up Garrett Hodges. And he quickly put that to bed, putting it over the right field fence. With 2 outs, that first fastball off the plate. Catcher has to almost do the splits to get it. So 1-0 count to a senior. Again, they're playing him to pull a little bit on that third base line. Not drastic, but a pretty big hole up the middle. The 1-0. Fastball down for ball 2. So Gibson already with 2 outs, working rather quickly, just like Kennedy did in the top half. With an opportunity to go 1-2-3. The pitch. Spoiled, fouled off the screen to the right. Just falls into the Liberty dugout. So a 2-1 count to Norman. Again, a massive hole up the middle. Gibson steps and fires, and Norman smokes that one high into center. Guy I think got a bad read on it to start it off, but that's going to be right at him, and that will be it here in the bottom of the first. So at the end of the first, still a scoreless ball game, and Liberty has a chance to get the bats going here in the top second. And at the end of the first, still a scoreless ball game between Kennesaw State and Liberty. Kennedy still on the hill. This brings up Trey McDyer after a 1-2-3 inning for both teams to start off this game. Trey McDyer batting cleanup, playing third base. And number 5 bats .272 right now, stepping into the box. .404 slugging percentage. And the king of batting practice. He's shifted on the left side, and that first pitch smoked into right. Norman gets in on it, but not enough as that falls off the warning track. He slips as he's going to be a second base with a stand-up double. Don't think Norman's going to be able to get to that one no matter the read as he hits that one to the opposite field for a stand-up double to start off this second inning. This brings up Brady Gulikowski. He's DHing today. Now with a runner in scoring position. And Gulikowski bats .344 in that exact situation. Runner in scoring position. He is also shifted to this right side now. Seems, I think every single player has been shifted at some point for the Liberty Flames. That first pitch off of Tolvey's glove, it escapes him, and a runner will advance to third. That pitch in the dirt, we'll see. More than likely score that a wild pitch. So Liberty with a runner on third. That's Trey McDyer. Again, Gulikowski now with a hitter-friendly 1-0. That one pops right out of Tolvey's glove. It's right up high at the plate, and Kennedy on his back. He is safe. McDyer gets a good read on that, and Tolvey, it just got out of his glove. He had it. Pops out, 2-0, and now the first run crosses for Liberty. Personally, I think that would probably be scored a pass ball. The second one, at least. Right there in his glove, at least for a second. And now the first strike of the at-bat. So 2-1 count to Gulikowski, and he's just had two pretty easy looks, and has advanced the runner twice, resulting in a run. Next pitch off the plate. It's now 3-1. Gulikowski was the man who started off the 3-run first inning. Swung on and missed off the fastball, high and inside. So now it's a full count here with no outs. Liberty finally gets the first run across here in the top of the second inning. Full count. Fouled straight back to the screen. Liberty with a little more energy than they had starting off the game. Cam Locklear on deck here with the 3-2. Fouled out of play yet again. The lefty stays alive. And Kennedy has a nice breaking ball. I don't think he used it yet in this at-bat. Especially breaking away from a lefty. Surprised we haven't seen it. Full count. And there's the breaking ball, swung on and missed as soon as I speak of it. The second strikeout of the day for Kennedy. And the first out of this top second. That brings up Cam Locklear.
Number 18, Cam Locklear.
That breaking ball seemed to start around the eyes. Kind of broke into maybe the middle of the plate, but in the upper part. The first pitch to Locklear, fastball. Misses. We'll see what kind of zone we have today. The 1-0. And that one smoked into left field, but right at Garrett Hodges. But he actually makes a nice sliding grab over there and left. Was tailing away from him just a bit. Could have been a gapper, but Hodges takes another one away. He had a very good play yesterday as well and left.
Number 7, Jake Wilson.
That brings up Jake Wilson. So still a 1-0 ball game. Liberty crosses the first run of the game off the double from Trey McDyer, and he advances 2 bases. That first pitch spoiled maybe into fair play. Is it going to die in the right spot? Simon makes a running catch toward the foul ground for out number 3. So Wilson goes down on 1 pitch to Tyler Simon. So they're in the top of the second. Liberty finally scratches their first run across. Let's see what Kennesaw State can do here in the bottom half.
Number 42, Garrett.
Liberty gets the first run of the day in the top half of the second inning. Now Kennesaw State with a chance to respond. So 1 run off 1 hit for Liberty. And this brings up Garrett Hodges to start off this second inning for Kennesaw State. He was responsible for the grand slam in the bottom of the 9th yesterday. That first pitch to him swung on and missed. He really put a hack on that one. That was a high fastball he couldn't quite get on. And then yesterday was followed by a Malik Spratling solo home run, his 3rd, that brought it to win a 1-run game. The 0-1 delivery, that one bounces up to the plate. Gray has to come out of his spot. So Hodges really seeing the ball well. It came into yesterday's game batting in around the 270s, I believe, and now 295. He with 7 home runs now. The pitch, and that one hit hard to first base. 1 hop to Matthew. He gloves it and walks on the bag for another impressive out number 1. He was also responsible for out number 3 to end yesterday's game. Another diving grab by Matthew.
Designated hitter number 3, Malik Spratling.
That brings up the man of the hour, Malik Spratling. And Spratling had 3 home runs yesterday. So Hodges goes down for out number 1. A 1-0 game. Liberty leads. First pitch in on the hands to Spratling. A very interesting stat about this DH here today. He has 9 hits on the year, 4 of them home runs. A 778 slugging percentage. He lines that one up the middle off the glove of the second baseman. Bounces back to the shortstop, and he gets another hit. So a 1-out single to start off the second inning. And that ball had some eyes, but Wagner was able to get the heel of his glove on it, but it just took a funky hop and deflected off of it. This brings Malik to first base, and now Hassan to the plate. So now Spratling officially has his 10th hit on the year, and still 4 of them are home runs. He takes his lead from first. Gibson looks in, a 1-0 ball game for Liberty, and the breaking ball down and away for ball 1. So both teams with 1 hit apiece. Here in the bottom second inning, Kennesaw State looking to answer. This is Nick Hassan, batting .209 on the year. His 33rd game start. Breaking ball scratches the outside for strike 1. And here it is again, a 1-man on, 1 out, 1-1 count. And Hassan was a pinch hitter the last out in the bottom 9th for Kennesaw State yesterday. He had a hit robbed away by Logan Matthew, just like Hodges did. Throw over to Spratling, nothing there. Hassan, a guy that they use in a lot of different ways. DH, he can catch, plays first base like he is today, also plays the outfield. The 1-1. Breaking ball inside. Ooh, no strike. So ball 2. And that one was about as close as it gets. And the bad news for Kennesaw State is when the opponent scores first, they are 5-14 on the season. When they score first, they are 21-2. The 2-1. Runner goes, and that one is hammered up the middle. Spratling is going to be able to advance to third at the very least. Center fielder gets the ball into second, and runners on first and third off of this single through the middle by Nick Hassan. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning.
Batting 7th, shortstop number 2.
So a classic hit and run to perfection for Kennesaw State. Advances Spratling to third. Hassan on first, and Tyler Simon steps into the plate. The junior batting .244 on the year. Only player to play every game this year, or to start every game this year, all 45. So with 1 out, Liberty still leading 1-0. But Kennesaw State looking to scratch across their own offense. Runners on first and third. He shows bunt. High chopper over to the pitcher, close to the first base bag. He tosses it, but Spratling comes over to score for the first run for Kennesaw State, and now a tie game at 1. So a sac bunt RBI for the junior does his job for the second out.
Third baseman number 4, Jake Coro.
This brings up Jake Coro. Now Coro with an opportunity to maybe even take the lead for Kennesaw State. A 1-1 game here with 2 outs. Nick Hassan on second base. He reached off the single and now advanced off the sac RBI bunt from Tyler Simon. Gibson delivers. Curveball in, just nicks the bottom part of the zone. That one broke definitely from east to west, maybe a little sweeping action. And Gibson with a runner on, he pops that glove up by the cheek. Trying to pitch out of the stretch. Doesn't have much of a windup, even with no runners on. He delivers, swung on and missed. Another maybe breaking ball or changeup, bottom part of the zone, but Cora was fooled. Did not see that one at all. Drives the count to 0-2 here with 2 outs. Kennesaw State crosses one across. Coro hugging that play with that back left foot. He likes to pull the ball. The 0-2 count. Pitch in the dirt. I think that one might have been a changeup. So Hassan's still at second base. Gibson seems to be taking a while today with getting the signs from the catcher. Takes maybe just a little second or two longer than normal. Coro swung on and dribbles that one to second base. Second baseman brings it in and puts it down for out number 3 here in the bottom half of the second. But Kennesaw State evens it up at 1 apiece going into the 3rd inning.
In the bottom of the
Logan Matthew about to step into the plate for the Liberty Flames. A now 1-1 game to start off the 3rd inning. And 30 minutes gone by, 2 innings played. Hard pull to this right side. Tyler Simon, almost halfway to Terence Norman out in the outfield in right. And that first pitch by Kennedy rides outside for ball 1. Cora playing in on the grass over there at short. The second pitch, slider for strike. And Hodges not even relatively close at all to that third base line over there and left. 1-1 swung on and missed. Fastball high and outside. Logan Matthew missed that one by a mile. And Matthew, this guy with a ton of power, and there's a reason he's played the pull so extreme to that right side with 12 home runs. The 1-2 count to Kennedy, delivers, and curveball hits the dirt. Tolvey points at him, says that's exactly what we were looking for. The 2-2 delivery, and that fastball, not enough outside. Kennedy, whenever I think he goes full, he steps off the mound. Needs one more good pitch as he fires and fouled over to the first base line out. Liberty ball player going all the way out, almost to the bullpen to go get that ball. To wait for him to get back so that he can throw the next pitch, and he does. Swung on and missed. Fastball just blew it past him right in the wheelhouse for out number 1. So another strikeout for Ryan Kennedy. He had 4 of all last time, already with 3, and only 2 in the 3rd innings of work so far. That brings up Jalen Guy. This guy might not wow you at the plate, but he will wow you in the field, playing center field again for Liberty. He took 2 major hits away from Kennesaw State yesterday. So with 1 out, that first pitch, fastball sputtered back to the screen. 1-1 ball game here in the top 3rd between the Flames and the Owls. Flames looking to extend their winning streak. They're on an 8-game win streak, and the last 5 of those have been against Kennesaw State. The others against Bellarmine. The 0-1 pitch just fought a way out of play. So 0-2 count to the center fielder, batting in the 9-hole. And the Flames, 19-1 in the conference. Only loss was to Bellarmine. That was back on March 27th. A blowout loss, 8-7. Of course, that's a joke. They only lost by 1 run. Fastball outside for ball 1, 1-2. So this is Very good team, especially playing in the conference. 35-11 on the year. Again, 19-1 in conference. That one is going to be in play as Simon makes another play in foul territory, going out to the tarp as he makes a catch. Couldn't quite see if that one was going to stay in play or not, and it does. So a pop out into foul territory for the second time today to Tyler Simon for the Flames.
Number 2, Gray Betts.
That brings up Gray Betts. Last time he lined out, classic Adam ball to Garrett Hodges and left. Betts batting from that left side. No batting gloves as well. Chokes up on that bat. First pitch by Kennedy. Fires it in. Fastball high for ball 1. Here with 2 outs. The Flames and the Owls tied at 1. The 1-0 pitch. And that fastball outside. And again, this umpire seems to like it outside, much like yesterday. So the away pitch working for both pitchers. With 2 outs, the 1-1. Outside. And Betts just puts those hands almost right in front of his ears. Again, no batting gloves, has the red wrist tape on. The 2-1. Fastball outside again. That's the second time that pitch has been called for a strike. So Kennedy able to locate and command that fastball early on. Looking for another 1-2-3 inning. The 2-2. Swung on and fouled back out of play. Betts almost fell out of the box that time, trying to pull that one so hard to right field. All of his momentum was going to that right side. The 2-2 pitch. Slider goes out. Just works away too much to drive it full. So Kennedy maybe looking to get another punch out. The pitch, and that one hit deep into right center. Norman going back to the wall, making a leaping catch and taking a hit away from Betts. Don't think that was going to be a home run, but he took at least a double away from the catcher. So Kennesaw State goes down Liberty Flames goes down 1-2-3. Kennedy gets his second 1-2-3 of the day already. So Kennesaw State looking to add on to a 1-1 game here in the bottom third inning. A 1-1 ball game here in the bottom third. Kennesaw State coming up to bat. This is Gavin Patel playing for Jesse Sherrill, also playing at second base here today. And Ryan Kennedy able to get another 1-2-3 inning, his second of the day. Again, has allowed the 1 run, but only 1 hit off the double. Kennesaw State has scored 1 run in the bottom of the second with 2 hits. Straight up defense for Patel. First pitch by Gibson, still on the mound. He smokes that one into left field. A 2-hopper over to the left fielder. He brings it up. And a single to lead off this third inning for Kennesaw State. And Patel jumped on that fastball on the inside part, just smokes it into left. This brings up Tyler Tolvey. And Tolvey last time fought for an at-bat, fouled off just about every pitch until he finally was thrown out by the second baseman. So a 1-1 game. Patel on first. And Tolvey at the plate. The first pitch, he shows bunt, brings his left foot back. It almost hit him for a ball one. And now the third baseman playing way in on the grass, now looking for a bunt by Tolvey. Tolvey looks at his cheat sheet in his back pocket. Patel on first off the leadoff single from the 9-hole. Now the lineup turns over here in the third. The 1-0, he throws over to Patel, nothing there. Patel doesn't have a stolen base on the year. Sometimes a pitcher just throws over. That's what a catcher will signal. Gibson sets. Again, another throw over. Gibson almost hit Tolvey on that last pitch. He has 9 hit by pitches, so he's hit 9 batters this year, the most on the team. That next pitch, breaking ball, just down inside for strike one, right there on the paint. Wow, and this umpire just loves to call that strike. He'll yell it out. You could hear it from about Ackworth. 1-1 count, no outs. Runner on first. 1-1 ball game. Tolvey at the plate. He crouches in. The pitch swung on, foul tipped into the catcher's glove off the outside part of the plate. I think he got on top of that one, hit it downward. And now the shift is on with 2 strikes. Now a 1-2 count, so the shortstop shifts over to the second base bag. And second baseman almost in the outfield. Runner on first, the 1-2. Pitch. And that one high, fastball. Tolvey had to move his head. He felt like he was in danger there. Tolvey with one of those chin guards on the helmet, as most MLB players and most college players have now. Especially if you're Tolvey, if you hug that plate in that back left foot like he does, crouches in, shrinks the strike zone. That throw over bounces into first. I think Gibson's teammates giving him a hard time. A good pick by Matthew. So Patel's been thrown over at 3 times. Gibson puts the glove by the cheek, peers at first. 2-2 to Tolvey. The pitch, swung on and missed. Change up, fooled him, and he goes into the dugout. So the first strikeout of the day for Gibson. He gets Tyler Tolvey, and he is 0 of 2 on the day. This brings up Alex Carballo. Carballo with a 13-game streak of getting on base. And last time up, he grounded out to the shortstop on the shift, so that was pretty much right up the middle. Would have been a base hit for just about any other player. Here with 1 out, a 1-1 game between the Owls and the Flames. First pitch to Carballo, and he just lines that one into right field, gets past the second baseman's glove, had to play it off the 1-hop, and just had a little too much velocity on it, so now runners on first and second. Carballo gets the second single of the inning. In his first hit, he reaches base for the 14th straight game, so that streak will continue. This brings up Terence Norman. And now Kennesaw State has 2 runners on, a 1-1 game with 1 out. And Norman to the plate. Last time up in the first inning, he flied out to center. Shift to the left side a bit. Second baseman still where he usually is, but third base is certainly hugged by McDyer over there. So Gibson has allowed 13 doubles on the year, and Norman hit 2 yesterday. Again, hasn't given up a single home run yet. The first pitch swung on and missed, just blew the fastball by him on the outside part. 0-1. Norman was late on that one, maybe looking for a breaker to start it off. Patel on second and Carballo on first. Both have reached on singles. One out here in the bottom third. Kennesaw State with 4 hits. Norman at the plate. The 0-1 pitch, and that one hit hard to third base. A 2-hopper over to second for 1, and to first for the double play. Another 15-minute inning. Can you believe it? The bottom third, Kennesaw State goes down quiet with 2 runners on. A double play by Terence Norman. But Kennesaw State still tied with Liberty going into the 4th inning, 1-1. Here in the 4th inning, the first third of this game officially in the books. 1-1. Kennesaw State and the Liberty Flames all tied up. Kennedy still on the mound. And the first hitter of this 4th inning will be Aaron Anderson. Anderson had 3 singles yesterday, grounded out to second base. That's Patel today in the 1st inning. He was a part of the first 1-2-3 inning for Ryan Kennedy. Kennedy flips the first one in. Fastball, strike 1. Kennedy gets that glove right up by the eye level. Steps off the rubber at least every once in a while, just for a quick second. He's already back at it. Changeup bounces up to the plate, about 2 feet short for ball 1. Again, he steps off the rubber, and he's right back. That one fouled off. I think it maybe got a piece of Tolvy's shin guard right there for strike 2. So Kennesaw State had 2 runners on with 1 out, and a hard hit ball to third base. Again, because they were playing that pull to the third, Norman hit it right to the third baseman for a double play for a 5-4-3. And again, right on the mark for a 15-minute inning for the 3rd time today. The next changeup, again, bounces up about 2 feet short yet again. Count even. Infielder's playing just about straight up as Anderson can spray the ball all over the field. Coming into today's game, batting .349. Fastball rides out. Tovey can't frame it. Full count. And Kennedy, a workhorse, so he's going to see that pitch count go up. He had 97 last time out against Liberty. The 3-2, and that one hit lobbed over to Patel. I guess that was a 1-hopper. I thought it was going to be in the air. He throws it over to first. He says he's out. Anderson signals safe. He thinks he was safe by at least a bit. And that one, a high hopper over to Patel, and he's able to get it over in time for out number 1. Again, I thought that was just a lob over to Patel. I thought once he caught it, that was going to be out number 1, but again, throws Anderson out at first base. Tie game of 1. First pitch to Kennedy, delivers, swung on, and fouled back. This is Will Wagner. He struck out last time. 1 of 3 strikeouts already for Kennedy on the day. Coro playing in on the grass halfway between third and second base. The 0-1 breaking ball swung on and driven into center field. Bounces down for a 1-out single. So Will Wagner reaches base for the first time today. 1 of 2. This brings up Trey McDyer, the lone run for Liberty. He reached on a double to start the second inning off, and then came all the way around the score off of a wild pitch and I believe a pass ball. So 1 out, 1-1 game. Wagner on first base. Kennedy faces the righty McDyer. Fastball swung on and fouled to the right side. McDyer just a little bit late on that. McDyer with a lot of pull power, and you can see Patel playing over the second base bag, and Simon and Coro maybe a few steps to their right on that third base side. McDyer hunched over stance. Kennedy peers at first, delivers, breaking ball, strikes the outside for the second strike. Again, 1 out. Kennedy has a beautiful breaker. I don't know whether you want to call it a curve or a slider. Whatever it was, it certainly has sweeping motion away from a lefty and into a righty. Runner on first, the 0-2. Kennedy fires, and that one hit to Simon. Has to wait back on it, gets it over to first, but not in time, actually. And he beats that one out, so McDyer gets a single, and Simon waited back on that one and just waited a little bit too long. Cora had a chance to cut it off and maybe even try and get a double play. But regardless, another infield single as Wagner advances to second base, and McDyer with his second hit of the day. Now this brings up Brady Golkowski here with 1 out. Runners on first and second for the Flames. Shift on to the right side as Golkowski last time struck out. He was the first out of that second inning. The first pitch of Golkowski, breaker just too high for ball 1. Golkowski with 8 home runs on the year, coming into yesterday's game with a .630 slugging percentage. And still 630. The next pitch by Kennedy, fastball, not enough in, 2-0. Again, hardcore shift to that right. Big gap between Simon and Coro. As Coro playing to the right of the second base bag, or excuse me, Simon to the right of the second base bag. The 2-0. Swung on and missed. Fastball blew it past him. Strike 1. So still a hitter-friendly count for Golkowski. He got the green light on a 2-0. Here with 1 out, a 1-1 game between the Flames and the Owls. Owls looking to get their first and only win over Liberty. This is their last opportunity to do so in the regular season. Kennedy flips, breaker in. That's a beauty. Whatever you want to call it, it just hangs in the air. It's a knee buckler. So a 2-2 count now to Golkowski. The runners on first and second. The lefty-lefty. Kennedy peers at second. Fires away, and the breaking ball just scatters outside for a full count. Doesn't want to lose him here. Kennedy, not a guy that walks a whole lot of batters. Only has 13 on the season. Doesn't have one yet today. And especially 13 base on balls is a very impressive stat, also given the fact that he has 43 strikeouts on the year and now 46 if you factor in today. Full count with 1 out. Kennedy looking back at second. Fires away. Breaking ball swung on and missed at the top part of the zone by Golkowski. And he registers his 4th strikeout today and a very important out for Kennesaw State. And Kennedy, that brings up Cam Locklear here with 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Here in the top 4th inning. So probably the most trouble that Kennedy has had in terms of base runners. He's allowed the 1 run, but don't know if that one's going to be technically earned. The first pitch, and that one swung on, belted out to right field into foul territory, and Terence Norman makes the catch in foul territory, brushing up against the bullpen for out number 3 here at the top of the 4th inning. So Kennesaw State able to get out of some trouble with 2 base runners reaching, and so a 1-1 game going into the bottom of the 4th inning. And Kennesaw State gets out of trouble with 2 runners on, and Kennedy gets another strikeout, or excuse me, a fly out to right field. Norman with a nice catch over there in right. A 1-1 game, and now Kennesaw State gets another opportunity to maybe break this game open in 1-1 game here in the bottom 4th. Garrett Hodges at the plate. Last time he was up, he grounded out to the first baseman. First pitch, test swing, and change up on the inside part that go down to the third base ump. He says he did not go around, so ball 1. And Matthew took another hit away, the second hit that he's taken away in these last 2 games for Kennesaw State. He took one away from Hassan to end the game yesterday, the 1-0. Curveball in for strike 1. That one started at the shoulders, ended at the knees. 1-1 count to a 5th-year senior in Hodges. The pitch, and that one hit hard the opposite direction. Left fielder getting in on it. Is he going to take 2 bases? No, he will stay with a loud single. But Hodges takes an inside fastball, pokes it to the opposite direction. They were playing the shift, so third baseman was not in the spot where he usually would be to catch that ball. So Hodges reaches with a leadoff single to start off this 4th inning. So that brings up Malik Spratling, and he has already gotten a hit today. Was the lone run to cross over for Kennesaw State. He had a single in the 2nd inning. Again, came around off the sac bunt RBI by Tyler Simon. Now a runner on first. 1-1 ball game, no outs. Kennesaw State on the hunt. That first fastball outside for ball 1. Gotta say, I disagree with that one for even being Kennesaw State here. Again, we're still kind of getting our footing in terms of knowing what kind of umpire call we're going to get today. And Spratling says the signs are taking too long. He takes a pause. Third baseman hugging that line. And now Spratling gets his 10th hit on the year. 4 of them are home runs, 8 RBIs, and a slugging percentage in the 750s. First one fouled, next pitch fouled off. That's to the right side, a 1-1 count now. I think the most impressive thing about Spratling is his bat speed. I mean, he just has his hands pretty much down by the numbers by the time the pitch comes in, and he's just able to turn on just about anything. He's DHing here today. 3 home run game yesterday. No outs, 1-1. Gibson delivers, swung on and missed, fastball on the inside part. Not sure what he was looking for there, but that was a good pitch and a great location by Gibson. The 1-2 count to the, gotta say, the hottest hitter in the A-Sun right now in Spratling. You get a 3 home run game, I think you deserve that title. And he gets hit by the next pitch. And that is the 10th hit by pitch for Gibson on the year, leading the team and now making that lead even more so as Spratling takes his free base. That one hit him right on the shoulder. He's fine, working his way to first.
First baseman number 23, Nick Hassan.
That brings up Nick Hassan. Runners on first and second. Hodges reached on the opposite field single, and now Malik Spratling reaching on the hit by pitch. No outs. Trey Gibson with 2 runners on, just like Kennedy had last inning. Again, this brings up Nick Hassan. Last time he lined a single into center field off a hit and run. He shows bunt for the first pitch, and that one hits him as well, I believe, or maybe just hits off the bat. I think it just hit off the bat. Hassan walks out of the box. Umpire saying he needs time, and Hassan, I think, picking some out of his mouth maybe. I think he might have got hit by that ball. Maybe fouled it off his own face. Not exactly sure. He's from the right-handed box, right behind here in the press box. He shows bunt. He kind of turns his back to where I can't really see exactly what happened. But he's talking to the coaches over here. This is a catcher. This is a guy that plays a lot of different positions. He's tough. He's going to be able, chances are he's going to be able to stay in the game. Regardless, don't think that is a hit by pitch because none of the players have moved up, and the umpire certainly has not signaled that. Hassan's still talking to Coach Sansing over here at the dugout. And I think they're just going to get him some water, wash his mouth out, probably just busted his lip. Oh, yeah, you can see him spit out some blood for sure. Yeah, he certainly has probably a bloody lip now. I'm pretty certain at this point that he bunted a ball right off the bat into his face. So there's an 0-1 count on Hassan. Unfortunately, it does not count as a hit by pitch. Even though that one, I think if he didn't go for a bunt, was probably going to hit him. Now runners on first and second, still 1-1 game. 0-1 count to Hassan. The pitch, he shows bunt again, brings it back in the dirt. Catcher able to keep it in between his legs. Now for the 1-1. So Hassan showing bunt almost as soon as Gibson gets into his release. Once again, now with runners on, Gibson flips that glove up by the cheek. Doesn't do that when it's wind up, but does it when he pitches out of the stretch. 5 hits for Kennesaw State. The 1-1, he shows bunt yet again, fouls that one straight back to the screen. And Hassan not very happy with himself, I'm sure. Now with 2 strikes, the bunt will more than likely be off. He walks out of the box yet again, a long walk over to the dugout. Kind of holding his mouth a little bit. Looks at his cheat sheet. Probably going to need a visit to the dentist after this. 1-2 count. No outs. Runners on first and second. Third baseman in on the grass. The pitch. And that one slides outside for ball 2. Catcher went down into a split stance to go get that, and that's Betts behind the dish. Outfielder's just about straight up for Hassan. He came in today's game batting .209 as a freshman. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on in the dirt. Didn't even really come close to that one. He was fooled for sure for out number 1. So he goes down swinging after he showed bunt for the first 2 pitches, first 2 strikes. He goes down as the first victim to a strikeout-heavy Trey Gibson. So now he has 70 strikeouts, and he came to the game with 68, 5th in the A-Sun in that category. That brings up Tyler Simon here with 1 out, a 1-1 game. The Flames and the Owls, the last time they will see each other here in the regular season. And Simon did the same thing as Hassan says, or excuse me, as Spratling says, these signs are taking too long. I need to step out of the box. Some pitchers will just hold that stance there to maybe tire out the arms a little bit, or the. And that's first fastball swung on and missed. That one's right up by the chin. I'm surprised he's even able to see that one. So 0-1 count to the shortstop, batting in the 7 hole. Last time up, he has the lone RBI on the team for today. He had a sac bunt RBI. Placed beautifully right between the first base bag and the pitcher's mound. 0-1 pitch. That one smoked into center field off the pitcher's mound. I think Hodges is going to come around. Guy with a play at the plate. He tosses it down, and they gun him down. Spratling going for third, and Betts almost throws him out. He is safe. The third baseman was not in good enough position, not deep enough at the third base bag, but Hodges out at the plate by what can only be described as one heck of a throw from shallow center field by Jalen Guy. 2 outs now for Kennesaw State. Runners on first and third off the single by Tyler Simon. So Simon at first base, and now Spratling advancing to third.
Baseman number 4, Jake Coro.
This brings up Jake Coro. I think pitching coach for Liberty going to come out to talk to his player. Don't see anyone warming up in the pen. So our 15-minute inning streak has been more than snapped by now. So a full team mound visit. The outfielder's still out there. Again, a runner on first and third. Simon smokes that one up the middle. It bounced once off the pitcher's mound. Gets to shallow center field because they were playing him shallow. He's not exactly a power hitter. Not the purest of power hitters. And Guy just guns them down at the plate, a one hopper to Betts, and they get Hodges by maybe a step or even two. So still a 1-1 game, but Kennesaw State has compiled 6 hits with only 1 run to show for it. So Jalen Guy gets the outfield assist, the rare outfield assist from center. And that's the 3rd defensive play that I would put in the spectacular category. He had 2 yesterday against Kennesaw State, 2 diving grabs, and now the throw-out outfield assist to take a run away. Runners on first and third. Coro steps into the plate. He has a .267 average. That first pitch swung on and fouled back. So 0-1 count to this senior. Coro playing third today in the 8-hole. He grounded out to the second baseman last time up. So Gibson looking to get out of this inning without a run. Swung on and missed on the next pitch, and Simon will take second base. I believe that was a delayed steal, but he gets the bag. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Coro. I mean, a base hit, as long as it's not the guy in center field, is more than likely going to score 2 runners. 1-1 ball game. 0-2 count to the senior. Gibson steps and delivers. Breaking ball, and that one smoked into right center field. Spratling comes around to score. Simon touches the plate for a 2-run RBI single by the senior Jake Coro. Kennesaw State takes a 3-1 lead here in the bottom 4th inning. And that was the run they've been looking for this entire series. They take a 2-run lead over the Flames here in the bottom 4th. And now that brings up Gavin Patel. And some energy put into the stadium here at Stillwell. Kennesaw State with a 2-run lead gather their 7th hit of the day. Now 3 runs on the board. So they have gotten to Gibson early. And Patel, last time up, he singled. First pitch to Patel. Fastball, middle cut for strike 1. Coro lined that one hard into right center field. Not quite in the gap, but just enough to get down for a single. Gibson seems to really struggle pitching from the stretch versus the windup. He throws over to Coro. And I think that was probably just another signal. Coro 1 of 4 on stolen bases on the year, so not exactly a bag threat. Oh, 0-1 count to Patel. Runner on first. And Coro goes the hit and run as Patel grounds that one high in the air over to first base from the third baseline. And Patel grounds out to end this bottom 4th inning. But Kennesaw State gets 2 runs across to take a 3-1 lead over the Liberty Flames after 4 innings of play. After 4 innings of play here at Stillwell Stadium, Kennesaw State gets the first lead of the day. Excuse me, their second lead for Liberty, as Liberty got a 1-0 lead to start off the second inning. Now Kennesaw State up 3-1 off 7 hits. A 2-run bottom fourth. And now Kennedy back on the hill. First pitch. Breaking ball outside for strike 1. Boy, that's inconsistent. The second pitch, slider outside. That, almost identical, maybe just a little bit further outside, where Tolvey didn't even bother framing either. Hassan hugging that first base line. This is for Jake Wilson. He's in right field today. He fouls that one off to the Kennesaw State bullpen out of play. And Wilson last time popped up to Tyler Simon in foul territory, so very similar to the pitch he just fouled off. 1-2 count. Kennedy cruising in these last 2 innings. Strikeout. Swung on and missed off the breaker. Started inside, ended up almost in the dirt.
First baseman number 55, Logan Matthew.
And that is Kennedy's 4th strikeout already today. And last time out, he faced the Liberty Flames. He went 6 innings, 3 earned, and 4 strikeouts, so already topping that. So tying his strikeout total from last time as he throws a breaker in for strike 1. Here with 1 out, this is Logan Matthew. He struck out last time. A very probable strikeout candidate. He fouls the next one off out of play, just straight back. That was another curve that I think Matthew maybe waited back on just a little too long. Matthew leading the team with 43 strikeouts. Boy. Only 153 at-bats. The 0-2 for Kennedy, and that fastball waste pitch for ball 1. Hard pull to the right side. Simon in shallow right field. Patel just about 15 paces to the left of the bag. Fastball outside. Not a strike, but where it's been called today, you can probably make an argument for it. That drives the count to 2-2. Kane delivers, and that's another curveball, but that one spoiled straight back by Matthew. And that front side for Matthew certainly flew out. He was either waiting on it too long or was not expecting it. So Matthew stays alive. The 2-2 delivery, again, fouled straight back to the screen. And the dugout was loving this at bat for Matthew. Just staying alive from a very crafty lefty in Ryan Kennedy. Kennedy coming into this game with a 4.33 ERA, 6-1 record. That 1 loss coming against Liberty last time. The next pitch. That one's spoiled back yet again. Another foul ball. Straight back. And Kennedy, a workhorse, he's going to have a lot of innings pitched here today, or innings pitched and total pitches. He has 4 straight games with 96 total pitches at least. Going as high as 112. Fastball elevated, swung on and missed by Matthew. Not even close to the zone. So back-to-back Ks for Ryan Kennedy to start off this top half of the 5th inning. This brings up Jalen Guy, a thorn in the side of Kennesaw State fans on defense. Last time he was up at the plate, he popped out to Tyler Simon. Again, another great play by Simon running in foul territory to grab it. So Kennedy has sat down the first 2 batters for the Flames via strikeout. Hassan playing in on the grass here on the right side. First pitch, he shows bunt, brings it back. Fastball, middle cut for strike 1. Here with 2 outs. Kennesaw State still leading 3-1. A 2-run bottom 4th. They're also able to tie into the second. 0-1 count. Hurls that one in for ball 1. And Guy, just last inning, made a spectacular throw out from shallow center. The 1-1. Swung on and missed. Changeup fooled him. He kicked the baseball. Not sure if that was on purpose or not, but certainly fooled by the changeup. Was looking fastball. That one hit the dirt, creating strike 2. And guy coming into today's game batting 184. Once again, he's a Gold Glover if you could have it at the collegiate level. And that fastball outside, not even close. Tovey jumps out of his spot for ball 2. 2-2 count and 2 outs. Kennedy delivers, and that ball popped up and skied high into left field. Hodges will call off Simon and pop it into the leather for out number 3. So a 1-2-3, top of the 5th inning here for Kennesaw State. Going into the bottom of the 5th, Kennesaw State with a 2-run lead over the Liberty Flames. Going into the bottom 5th inning for Kennesaw State with a 3-1 lead and a new pitcher in for the Liberty Flames. This is Cade Hungate, 1.42 ERA, 6 appearances, 6 and a third inning of work. And so officially, Trey Gibson goes into the dugout with 4 complete innings and 3 earned. This brings up Tyler Tovey, so the 3rd time through the lineup for Kennesaw State. Bottom 5th inning of action here at Stillwell Stadium. The first pitch, change-up in the dirt for ball 1. Again, Tovey loves to dig that back left foot in the very deepest corner, closest to the catcher, the hunched over stance. That same pitch, identical, change-up, bounces in the dirt, almost hits that back foot for a 2nd straight time. Wearing the yellow cleats, again, black uniforms with the gold numbers across and trim for Kennesaw State. 2-0 count to the leadoff catcher. And that one swung on and hit into the gap in left center. Guy looking up, bouncing off of the wall, and it gets past him. Tovey rounding second. He's going to be able to get a stand-up triple to start off this 5th inning for Kennesaw State. A deep line into left center field. Bounces off the wall. Guy played it pretty well, but it bounced maybe a little too far to the opposite side, so he has to run and get it. That's almost clear into center field by that time, and Tovey gets the leadoff triple. That brings up Alex Carballo, batting in the 2-hole. He singled last time up. And the shift on there on the right side, and now the infielder's playing in. They do not want to allow another run for Kennesaw State. 3-1 game, no outs. Kennesaw State now leading. They had a 2-run bottom 4th, and now looking to add on here in the 5th. 8 hits for Kennesaw State. The first pitch, slider does not even contest whatsoever for ball 1. Carballo spits on that one immediately. This is, again, Cade Hungate in the game. Only 6 innings of work on this season. The 1-0. Carballo thinks about it, but fastball touches the paint inside for strike one. Still no outs. So Hungate, not a whole lot of experience, but going through the most experienced top lineup in the A-Sun. Swings and fouls that one straight back to the screen. He will more than likely get Carballo, Norman, and Hodges, all fifth-year seniors, with north of 150 at-bats for each one of them. So a 1-2 count. Carballo fought the last one off. 3 infielders on the right side of the second base bag. And only the third baseman somewhat holding him at third. Swung on and missed off the changeup in the lower half of the zone. For out number 1 here in the bottom 5th.
Right fielder, Terence Norman.
That brings up Terence Norman as Carballo goes down on strikes. He is now one of 3 on the day. That brings up Terence Norman. He had a hard hit ball to third base in the shift, just caused a double play. That third baseman again hugging that line. Now that Norman is at the plate, shortstop and the second baseman all on that left side now. So swung on a miss on the first pitch. Delivery from Hungate. I think the off-speed are throwing off the Owls right now. 3-1 ball game, 1 out. 0-1 count to Terence Norman. Norman stepping into today, hitting .308. The pitch. That fastball paints it black for strike 2. A 0-2 count, so Norman's going to have to fight out of a hole right now with 1 out. Infielders in on the grass. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on the changeup yet again. Had a drop third strike, but he gets tagged at the plate anyhow. So back-to-back strikeouts, and Hungate certainly needed that, given that they had a leadoff triple to start off with Tyler Tolvey. Now this brings up Garrett Hodges. He is 1 of 2 on the day. Came around to score, but was thrown out at the plate by Jalen Guy from center field. And the lefty digs in. Again, now the shift all the way to the right. I don't know if there's a single player that hasn't been shifted on the top half of Kennesaw State's lineup. The 2-out pitch. The first one, Hodges takes that one to deep right field. Going back and gone. Garrett Hodges with a 2-run shot. See ya. 5-1 ball game for Kennesaw State. Tolvey touches, and Hodges will touch them all. Takes the inside fastball, first pitch of the at-bat, and back-to-back home runs. He was responsible for a grand slam yesterday in the bottom 9th. The game ultimately ended up being pulled within 1, and now he extends to a 4-run lead for Kennesaw State here in the bottom 5th. That brings up Malik Spratling. Takes that one to deep right. So the leadoff triple does come around to score. This is Spratling. He swings at the first pitch and fouls it straight back to the screen. Now a 5-1 ball game for Kennesaw State, and some light at the end of the tunnel. Finally, maybe being able to get a win against Liberty. Again, the bullpen's going to have to hold up as well as Kennedy. But a 4-run lead here in the bottom of the 5th has got to be promising for Kennesaw State. The next pitch, swung on and missed. Another nice off-speed pitch, I believe, from Hungate. Hungate has had a roller coaster of emotions here in this half inning. Leadoff triple, then back-to-back strikeouts. Think he might get out of it. Then a 2-run shot to Garrett Hodges. The next pitch. Spratling goes around home plate umpire. Tried to hold it back, but couldn't at the last second. Slider gets him to swing to end this bottom 5th. So Kennesaw State adds on 2 for 2 consecutive innings to go up 5-1 after 5 innings of play. After 5 innings of play, Kennesaw State has 5 runs. Liberty with 1 right now, and Kennedy actually pulled by Coach Sansing. And Jared Ryan now on the hill for Kennesaw State. And he will face off against the top of the order for the Liberty Flames, Gray Betts. And Ryan coming into this game with a 2.25 ERA. Certainly have to think, let's just say it, he's the best reliever of Kennesaw State's staff. Again, 2.25 ERA, 2-3 on the year, 5 saves, also 40 innings pitched. So a long reliever, that first pitch, fastball rides high to Betts. Betts with the no batting gloves from the left side. Second fastball in, strike 1. Betts with a abnormal shift as Coro halfway between second and third, also in on the grass, and also Patel in the right field grass. Swung on and missed on the changeup outside corner for strike 2. So 1-2 count. So that creates a big gap between Simon and Patel, one that's not you don't usually see a whole lot. The 1-2 count. Umpire just stays perfectly still. That's a ball. 2-2 count, 5-1 ball game for the Owls. Fastball sputtered back to the Owls dugout. What started off as a rather quickly paced game, now Kennesaw State has added some runs and made it a 4-run lead. 9 hits for the Owls, 3 hits for the Flames. The pitch by Ryan, that one popped up into the infield. Tolvey blocking the sun out with his glove, and he gets it in foul territory about 5 steps away from the home plate to the left. And that brings in out number 1 here to start off the 6th inning of play. So pop out into foul territory for Betts, and he is officially 0 for 3 on the day. This brings up Aaron Anderson. And Liberty, a team that's more than likely going to be able to turn the bats on at some point. Ryan winds up and delivers the first. Fastball high, ball 1. Shift to the right side, first base side. This offense is first in slugging. This is in the A-Sun, also first in doubles. Outside for ball 2. I think the most astounding stat is there. First in doubles with 104, and this was coming into yesterday's game. And then the next closest is Florida Gulf Coast with 81. The 2-0 pitch, that one low for 3. So 23 doubles, more than the second place team. Also first in extra base hits, 163. The 3-0, get me over fastball. Also second in team average, 276. Third in hits, third in home runs. 3-1, and that one hit into left field, skied into left field. Hodges coming back over from the shift, covers enough ground to bring it in safely for out number 2. So Ryan with an easy 1-2 to start off this top 6th.
Second baseman Will Wagner.
That brings up Will Wagner. Wagner struck out in the first inning and singled in the 4th. So 1 of 2 on the day. Wagner leading this team in RBIs. He has 41 on the year, also 547 slugging percentage. That first one outside for ball 1. Here with 2 outs, Kennesaw State with a 5-1 lead over the Liberty Flames. They've been able to pile 2 runs across on the bottom half of the 4th and 5th inning. Swung on and missed on the outside part. Delivery from changeup from Ryan. So the 1-1. Fastball right down Main Street. So 1 strike away from another 1-2-3 inning today. This is the first inning of relief for Jared Ryan. Have to believe he will be out for at least the next inning. The pitch. Wow, that one, he had to get his hips out of the way, almost hit him. Fastball rides just too low and inside. Again, 40 innings of work. About to make it 41. 32 strikeouts, only 13 walks. And a hitter's batting average of 199, so below 200. The 2-2 count. And that one hit to deep right field, and goodbye. Ryan gave up that one. All the way out to the street, and you knew that one was gone off the bat. So Will Wagner goes yard. A solo jack here with 2 outs in the bottom 6th. But you know what they say, solo home runs don't kill you. That brings up Trey McDyer. And Wagner launched that one to deep right field.
Third baseman Trey McDyer.
They teach you to always look at the fielders to know where that ball's going, and you look right at Norman. Norman just got his head up. Says, all right, let's just get to the next batter. So Ryan surrenders a solo home run. Fastball in for strike 1. That's something wow, Liberty very not happy with that call at all. The dugout especially. That was a fastball that was inside, maybe borderline. Now the next pitch in there, changeup actually hung high. He did not decide to swing at that one. This is Trey McDyer once again. He's 2 for 2 on the day. A ton of chatter coming from the Liberty dugout. The 0-2. Slider hangs through the middle, hit out to deep center field. Carballo, I think, get underneath it right there at the warning track. So a deep fly out to end the bottom 6 as a Will Wagner solo home run brings this within 3 going into the bottom 6th inning for Kennesaw State, up by 3 runs. Here in the bottom of the 6th inning at Stillwell Stadium, Kennesaw State now with a 5-2 run lead. Will Wagner goes yard in the last half inning. This brings up Nick Hassan. Hassan already 3rd time up. He's 1 of 2. Struck out in the 4th and got a single in the 2nd. In the game now, this is Mason Hand for the Flames. First one fouled straight to the right side, out of play. 0-1 count to the freshman. And Hand coming into this appearance, 5.56 ERA, 1-1 on the year. His 11th appearance. And that one hits Hassan as well. Fastball got him on the midsection. Hit by pitch. I guess technically he wasn't hit last time by the pitch, but he took one off the face, off a bunt.
Tyler Simon.
So Hassan reaches for the 2nd time today. This brings up Tyler Simon. Simon has had one heck of a day. Should have our RBI if it weren't for the arm on the right shoulder of Jalen Guy. He smoked a single up the middle. Also has a stolen base and a sack RBI bunt. 5-2 game. First pitch, fastball outside to Simon from the right side. Runner on first. Hassan hit by pitch. Infielder's just about straight up, although the third baseman just about in on the grass. We'll be looking for a bunt at any moment. Simon, probably the best pure speedster on the team. And that changeup outside didn't really contest. Again, Betts has to go into that sort of split stance. A ton of flexibility in the hips from a catcher in Betts. Five to 2 game, 2-0 count to the shortstop. The pitch on the way. It swung on, foul tipped into the glove, so that crosses for the first strike. Simon coming into today's game batting .267. No, excuse me, .242 rather. 10 doubles on the year, so again, only 2 home runs. Not a typical power hitter in terms of home runs, but 10 doubles is pretty good, especially from an 8-hole hitter, typically. That first one fouled straight back, or second strike rather. Even count at 2, no outs. Hassan on first base. Hassan a bit of a running threat, 2 of 2 on the year in terms of stolen bases. You wouldn't think so from a catcher, but again, he plays a lot of different positions. First base today for the freshman. The 2-2 pitch. Simon spoils it out of play yet again. Kennesaw State getting this offense going, and a very good offense at that. They are first in a lot of categories in the ASUN Conference. First in team average, 282. They put the ball in play a lot as they are first in hit into double plays. But they don't roll into a lot of them. Only 19, that's the least amount. So you hear first, it actually means the last. And Simon knocks that one away again. So still 2-2. Simon stays alive. Also second in strikeouts, so only 326 on the year. So again, they put the ball in play, but also don't ground anything out. Usually if it's out, it's in the outfield. 2-2. And there I go. Almost grounded out to the third baseman, but a foul ball. That had the eyes of maybe being a double play. But again, goes foul, and Simon goes all the way up to 90 feet, but has to come all the way back for another 2-2 count. Simon batting in the 7-hole today, playing shortstop. Usually in the 8-hole with Jake Coro batting 9th, but once again, Patel now at 9, as Cheryl not in the lineup today. So with no outs, a 5-2 ball game for Kennesaw State. 2-2 count to Tyler Simon with the runner on the pitch. And that one dribbled up the middle. Does it get through? It does. The second baseman made a wave at it with that glove from the left side. A throw from Guy in the center field back to second base as Hassan maybe extended a too hard of a turn to third, but comes back safely. And Simon with another single right up the middle. A two-hopper gets into center field. Wagner had a play on it. Kind of had to make a stab at it in order to go get it. Backhanded play, and he just missed it. But a certain hit for Tyler Simon, no doubt about it. And now runners on first and second. Kennesaw State again on the prowl. This brings up Jake Coro in the 8-hole. He's 1 of 2 on the day. Singled back in the 4th inning. Kennesaw State in the 4th and 5th added 2 runs apiece in both of those innings to create a 5-2 lead. They have now gotten their 10th hit in the double digits. 5 runs to show, 2 runs for Liberty. Runners on first and third. Hassan reached on the hit by pitch, and Simon just now on the single through the middle. Coro takes a pause, says his hand's taking too much time to get that sign. Hand a right-handed reliever. He's looking for his 23rd inning of relief. 22 strikeouts and 16 walks. He kicks and fires, and fastball lower half for strike 1. Coro is showing bunt as Matthew started running in on the infield. I think he was going to drag that one. He pulls it back for a strike 1. And Coro stepping up in the box, usually all the way at the back, now about maybe halfway through. Maybe he wants to see a bunt still. 0-1, runners on first and second, no outs. He shows again, and he puts it down right about the pitcher's mound. He takes it, throws to third, but there is nothing there. All runners reach safely off the... See if they're going to give Coro a fielder's choice or a base hit. That was a perfectly placed bunt right between home plate and the pitcher's mound there on the third base side.
Second baseman Gavin Patel.
And they will give him a hit. So an infield hit. Again, all runners safe. Bases loaded for Gavin Patel. 1 of 2 on the day in the 9-hole at second base. He has a single in the third inning and grounded out to third in the fourth. No outs. Mason Hand has not recorded an out here in the bottom 6th. 5-2 game. 11 hits for Kennesaw State. The first pitch. And that one... two-hopper, and they get a play at the plate to shortstop. He tosses it at home, and that's going to be a force out for out number 1. So they put the ball in play, and a assist to home plate. So score that is 6-2.
Catcher Tyler Tolby.
But runners now still juiced. Excuse me, the base is still juiced. As Patel gets a fielder's choice. Shortstop was playing, I believe, in on the grass. I didn't see his original positioning, but just enough to take it off 2 hops in the infield grass and then toss it to home plate for the first out. Now Tyler Tolby gets a chance here in the bottom 6 with 1 out, 5-2 game with the bases loaded. So the first out recorded for Hand. The pitch, and that one inside. Tolby again has to get that back foot out of the way. Seems to be a reoccurring thing today. At least that bottom half of his body, getting those legs out of the way of incoming pitches on the inside half. 1-0 count with 1 out. Hand looks in, delivers, swung on and missed on the inside half from Tolby. So now the 1-1, 1 out. Bases loaded. Kennesaw State still with a 3-run lead. They have 11 hits on the day. Tolby batting the leadoff spot. Last time he was up, he got a leadoff triple. Then Kennesaw State struck out back-to-back with Carballo and Norman. Then Garrett Hodges went yard to the right side for a 2-run shot. The 1-1. And that one smoked right off the pitcher's ankle. Boy, he is down on the ground. That's going to be enough for an RBI single. So Simon comes around the score, but attention immediately goes back to Mason Hand. You could hear that one just clank off of his ankle. Sounded like, I don't even know what you want to call that. Just a baseball on bone right there off the, I believe, right ankle. He's trying to walk it off, but he immediately went down to the ground. Ball deflected into the foul territory on the first base side. So Tolby gets the, again, RBI single. So that comes around to score Tyler Simon. Now a 6-2 ball game for Kennesaw State. Is this man going to stay in? That was a hard liner right off the ankle. I want to say the drive ankle, which would be that right leg. And he's throwing some pitches as manager or head coach Scott Jackson out there. And he's throwing some warm-up pitches. They're going to see how he's going to go. That one rode high. I mean, he's looking like he might be okay. Unbelievable. I would be down for the count. There's just no way. And he calls off the coaches. He says, go back to the dugout. I'm staying in. What a warrior. Well, I'll be hearing that sound in my sleep tonight. That baseball clanking off that right ankle of his. But still, bases loaded as Tolby just gets on base. All the runners advance. So Tyler Simon comes across the score for a 6-2 ball game. Kennesaw State leading now with 1 out. Alex Carballo coming up to the dish. This is after the Mason Hand line single right back to him off the foot. His first pitch back, and Carballo swings and hits that one into the gap. Left center field, and the left fielder grabs it, but all the runners tag up. excuse me, at least Coral will tag up for the sack fly from Carballo. That one hit the deep left center. A nice sliding grab by Aaron Anderson. So an RBI sack fly for Alex Carballo. That is the second out. So here in the bottom six, Kennesaw State adds yet another. Two runs scored in 3 consecutive innings for Kennesaw State. Now a 7-2 game over the Liberty Flames. They have compiled 12 hits. Runners on first and second. Terence Norman at the plate. Norman is 0 for 3 on the day. First pitch. Fastball a little too high. I think maybe that a little frame job there might have done him some good, but it was not. So 1 out away from getting into the final third of this game. 1-0 count to Norman. He throws it, and that one's fouled to the right side, out of play. Norman shaking his head. I think he's a little frustrated with himself today. He's flown out to center, also rolled to a double play and struck out. He had two doubles yesterday. Comes into today's game batting .308. Over 160 at-bats now. 1-1 count to Norman. Looks back at second, hurls it. Norman test swings, brings the bat back in time, and they go down to first to see if he went. He did not. So 2-1 count to Norman. Good job of keeping those hands back, even though the bat may have flew a little bit. Kept the hands and shoulders back. Third baseman hugging that line. They're playing him to pull, and he did that earlier in the double play. 2-1 count. The pitch off the catcher's gloves, and runners will advance to second and third. That will more than likely be scored a pass ball. It didn't seem to be any sort of problem. He just didn't glove it right. So that puts Patel on third and Tolvey on second. 2-2 count. Here with 2 outs. So I think he called that last one a strike. No, umpire talking to Coach Sansing from the dugout. Garrett Hodges, an innocent bystander in between those two. Again, 2-2 count. 2 runners on, 2 outs. Hand trying to get out of this mess of an inning. The pitch. Fastball in high. Full count now. And I know you do not want to walk Terence Norman and bring up... I know I said this about Spratling, but probably the hottest hitter now for Kennesaw State in Garrett Hodges. 2-run home run last time up. Hit a grand slam yesterday. Do you want to give him opportunity for a second one? We'll see if Hand does that. Norman calls time. A lot of chatter from both dugouts. Very important payoff pitch. Hand hurls it. That one outside corner. Cannot believe he did not call that and ring him up. Ball 4. And Norman takes the free base.
Garrett Hodges.
Just according to what we've seen from the ump today, I certainly thought that was going to be a ring. But the base is loaded for who else but Garrett Hodges. Went blammo, or a 2-run shot over that right field fence last time. And yep, this is going to require a talk or a pitching change. Make that a pitching change. They want to bring in a lefty to deal with the monster of Garrett Hodges here in the bottom half of the 6th. As Kennesaw State already scratched 2 runners across a 7-2 ball game, we have a pitching change. Back in the bottom 6 inning of action. Bases loaded for Garrett Hodges for the second time in the last 2 games. This is, as that first pitch, fastball, and get to introduce, this is Fluharty for Liberty. That Mason Fluharty. So back-to-back Masons. The lefty, they want to get him to face Hodges. He had a 2-run shot last time. The pitch, and that fastball rides outside. I'm not 100% sure they're going to give him a great pitch to hit. 1-1 count here with 2 outs. A 7-2 ball game. Kennesaw State leading. They have tacked on 2 runs in the past 3 bottom innings. Again, bases loaded. Fluharty delivers, and that slider scoots its way to the outside half for strike 2. That was a really good breaking ball. Kind of started about middle cut and ended up at the end. Outfielder's not necessarily played the pull. The 1-2. Fastball high, and Hodges somewhat goes for it, but brings the bat back in plenty of time for a 2-2 count. And if Hodges reaches, then that will bring up Spratling for the 9th batter. The 2-2. Hodges fouls that one away out of play to the left side. He was certainly trying to pull that one. That fastball, I think, was maybe a little too outside, so off the top half of the bat. As Fluharty takes a sigh of relief. Let's see. Only one more good strike to get out of this disastrous bottom 6th inning for the Liberty Flames. He delivers. Breaking ball breaks inside, but not enough. It was a little low for a full count now. If you're Hodges, what do you do here? Don't think you have a whole lot of incentive to swing the bat unless it's right down the middle. Full count, bases loaded, 2 outs. The pitch, and that one hit skied into right field. Right fielder gets underneath it, and that will be a loud out. Number 3 to end this bottom 6 for the Liberty Flames as Hodges flies out with the bases loaded. Unable to capitalize, but Kennesaw State scratches 2 runs across, and they take a 7-2 lead after 6 innings of play. After 6 full innings of play here at Stillwell Stadium in Kennesaw, Georgia, we are in the final third of this ball game, top 7th inning. This brings up Brady Golkowski, and he is looking to not strike out. He's 0 for 2 with back-to-back strikeouts. As Ryan's still in the game for Kennesaw State. First fastball spoiled back to the screen for strike number 1. Shift played on the right side. So Ryan is going to be looking to give him the hat trick. Next pitch, change up outside for ball 1. And Ryan was cruising through the first 2 batters, and then Will Wagner rattled him a little bit with a solo jack, but he was able to get out of the inning clean outside of that. And the next fastball high for ball 2. Ryan puts his legs on the outside of that rubber on the left side, and that next one in the dirt, 3-1. So he's doesn't really fall off to any side. He just kind of right through the middle, and he allows the walk to start off this inning. So Golkowski not only doesn't strike out, but reaches base.
Shortstop Cam Locklear.
That brings up Cam Locklear. Infielder just about straight up for the shortstop. And Locklear 0 for 2 on the day. Ryan in his second inning of work. That first one, line over to Coro. He gets it. Throw over to first. No double play, but he gets the out right off the line from Cam Locklear. And that was a make sure you're awake line out. So the first out of the 7th inning comes from the glove of Coro over there at the hot corner. And earning every bit of that nickname right now. Jake Wilson coming up now, 0 for 2 on the day. 1 out, 7-2 game. Kennesaw State leads. Ryan, first pitch, fastball in. Golkowski on first base right now. And Golkowski only 1 for 1 on the year in stolen base attempts. This is not a team that steals a whole lot. They're about middle of the pack in stolen bases. Ryan in the stretch. Curveball nicks the outside half for a strike, too. And you could tell that one's a curveball because he fell hard to the left side off the mound. Usually, no, he's taking his time. Usually, Ryan's the guy that doesn't put a whole lot of hip into his throw, and he kind of just stays right through the middle. Always in great fielding position, not that time. 0-2 pitch, fastball rides out for ball 1. Again, infielders just about the normal depth. Coral playing maybe a little closer to Simon than normal. That's about it. The 1-2. Outside. Maybe a little two-seam action. Never broke in, but away from a lefty. Some chatter rising from the Liberty dugout. As soon as the counts get longer, Liberty starts chanting more. Swung on and missed off the next pitch. Changeup fooled him on the outside part. He didn't know what was coming. And Jake Wilson sits down for the second time today, swinging strike.
First baseman Logan Matthew.
That brings up Logan Matthew. And this is another guy that's looking to not keep the hat trick. He has 2 strikeouts today. It's his 3rd appearance at the plate, facing against one of the better relievers on the Kennesaw State team. That first one swung on and popped straight up, maybe out of play, and it will be. Cora will take a look at it, but that's about it. 0-1 with 2 outs. Kennesaw State with a 5-run lead in the top 7. The Owls have compiled 12 hits, and the Liberty Flames with only 4. The pitch. Spoiled back off the inside part to the screen once again. 0-2. So Ryan allowed a base runner to start off the inning, but back-to-back outs. And now he's looking like he is cruising once again. But that happened last inning, and he got jarred for that solo home run by Wagner. So let's see if he can put Matthew down here with strikes, and that next one outside. Again, breaking ball, he fell hard off the other side, and Tovey, I think he thinks Ryan might be injured. Ryan calling for the ball, but Tovey wants the coaches to come out to him. Ryan calling them off. And that's twice, I believe, in the last 2 batters. He's fallen hard off to that left side, and I think there might be something wrong with him, but he doesn't want people to come out there. Knowing Ryan, this is a very intense individual. Talking to him at least, I think, a month ago, maybe. So this is a game of failure. Always got to make the next pitch. And he did that last inning. Allowed a solo home run, but then got out of the inning by the next batter. Fly out for McDyer. And he just calls the coaches off. Says, go back to the dugout. I'm fine. Great job by Tolvey, though, to recognize his pitcher is something's going on there. Because Ryan was falling off to that left side a little more, maybe laboring, something you don't see a whole lot from him. Tovey noticed it for the second time. But now we're back in action. 1-2 count. Matthew in danger of going down again. That fastball bounces up in the dirt. Tovey, nice snag. So a 2-2 count. Tovey somewhat struggled behind the plate. He has a pass ball today and then two or three throwing errors yesterday of trying to catch a runner stealing. But a good snag right there. Matthew, one hopper over to Hassan. He jumps, puts it in the leather, and touches the bag for out number 3. So going to the bottom 7th, Kennesaw State still up by 5 runs here at Stillwell Stadium.
In the top of the 7th inning, the Flames score.
Seventh inning of action here at Kennesaw State. The Owls looking to maybe get their first win over the Flames this entire season. That first pitch just popped straight up by Spratling. That's going to come right back toward us. And right on top of us. I'm sure you could hear that one. So Malik Spratling fouls that one right back to us. Spratling the DH. He's 1 of 3 on the day, or 1 of 2 rather. Hit by pitch, a strikeout and a single in the second. And David Erickson in for the Flames right now. 8-1 record, 2.48 ERA. The 4th pitcher for the Flames today. The 0-1 count. Fastball, middle cut. And Spratling, not sure. Maybe he just wanted to take a pitch right there. Now 0-2. 7-2 ball game. Kennesaw State leads. His family giving him a hard time for not swinging at that one. The 0-2 fastball. Wow, almost identical spot, but not a call. 1-2. Surprised Liberty is not lighting up that umpire right now. The 1-2. Swung on and missed by Spratling, his second strikeout of the day. So David Erickson comes into the game and starts it off with a strikeout. Erickson is 36 innings and 2/3 of work. 44 strikeouts to 21 walks. So this guy attacks. 1 out, Hassan at the plate. Fastball high, almost some chin music. He gets out of the way a little bit. Doesn't have to move a ton. 5-run lead for Kennesaw State. They have gotten 2 runs in the bottom half of the last 3 innings, as well as 1 in the second to get 7. Fastball high again. The bases were loaded for Garrett Hodges in the bottom 6, and Hodges flew out to right field, but this is a guy that has a lot of power. He had a 2-run shot earlier in the game and a grand slam yesterday. But Hassan at the plate now. 2-0 swung on. He was looking at the dead red right the peak of the zone. 2-1 count now. He spoiled that one back foul. Hassan today is, again, 1 of 2. Struck out, hit by pitch, and a single. Infield straight up. One of the few guys that does not get shifted on. The 2-1. And that one hit him. He's been hit twice and hit by a baseball 3 times. He got hit off his own bunt the first time, and now back-to-back hit pitches for Hassan. So he reaches base painfully for the second time. This brings up Tyler Simon, and he has had one heck of a day. 2 singles. He came around to score. Also a sac RBI bunt in the second inning for the first run of the day. 1 out, runner on first, 7-2 game for Kennesaw State. First fastball in for strike 1 at the top of the zone. Simon contested at it, didn't swing, but half-heartedly did. Hassan takes his lead at first as Erickson peeks over. 8 wins for a reliever, rather impressive. Crosses his legs and throws the changeup, paints it on the outside. Beautiful job. 0-2. Whether you call it good pitch or borderline, it's pretty close to either one of those words. 0-2 with 1 out. The pitch to Simon. Simon knocks that one away to the right side for another 0-2. 12 hits for Kennesaw State. And Hassan takes another one for the team, his second of the day, and he reaches first. And in the next inning going to be very important for Kennesaw State, because after leading after 8 innings, they're 26-1 on the year. The next pitch, Simon sprays that one out to right. Right fielder getting underneath it, and Wilson brings it in. The left-handed glove covers a lot of ground over there and right. And he brings it in for out number 2 here in the bottom 7.
Third baseman, Jake Cora.
Great job by Simon to take an inside pitch the opposite direction, but not quite enough to get down and didn't find the green. Jake Coro now coming up. He is 2 of 3 on the day, 2 singles in his last 2 plate appearances. Playing at third base today. 7-2. Kennesaw State with the lead. First pitch, he looked at it, thought about the swing. They go to the second base umpire, and he says he did not go around. I'm not exactly sure if the second base umpire even has a better view than the home plate umpire at that point. Still a 7-2 game, but Coro with a 1-0 count. That fastball, I think, was high anyhow. Hassan on first base. The pitch. He sprays that one the opposite way as well, but just into the KSU bullpen. Little heads up for his buds down there. Coro steps back into the box, and now last time up, he kind of stepped up in the box so he could put down a bunt. And this time, all the way back in the box, get as much time to react as possible. The 1-1 pitch rides out for ball 2. Two outs here in the bottom 7th. Kennesaw State with a runner on. The 1-2, and that one, I believe, maybe not hit his foot, but gets back to the screen, and Hassan advances off the wild pitch. From here, it looked like I couldn't believe that didn't hit Coral's back foot. Some crowd members telling him, hey, shake your foot. You got hit. Not a bad idea. 3-1 count here with 2 outs. Runner on second now in scoring position. That's Hassan. the delivery, and the bender gets in there again at the peak. Full count now for the senior. Coro already with 2 hits on the day. Can he make it 3? The Owls just looking for some insurance runs here in the last third of the game. LU down to 6 outs left. The pitch a little low for ball 4. So Coro takes that base anyhow. Again, I thought he was hit. Clearly not. That brings up Gavin Patel. And Patel last time grounded out to short, but it reached on a fielder's choice as the shortstop went to home as the bases were loaded to get that out. That was the first out of that bottom 6th. But they ended up scoring 2 in that inning. 7-2 game. Runners on first and second. That's Hassan and Coro. Both have reached without a hit. Hit by pitch for Hassan and a walk for Coro. First pitch to Patel. That one's off the catcher's plate on the right shoulder, and both runners advance another base. So runners on second and third now with 2 outs. So a single from Patel will more than likely score a decent runner in Coro. And Patel coming into this game, the sophomore, 8th game start, batting .235 on the year. See if he can find some green here. The shoulder shrug. Fires 1-0, swung on inside, miss. Fastball blew it past him. A 1-1 count. Here with 2 outs, 7-2 game. The pitch. And that one maybe spoiled into center field. Guy getting underneath it. Maybe my eyes deceive me, but that's going to be a fly out to center field to end this 7th inning. Going into the top inning, the top 8. Kennesaw State still up by 5 runs here at Stillwell Stadium. And in the final 2 innings of this game, Kennesaw State still with a 5-run lead. This is Brandon Rohrer, the junior, batting from the left side, going against Ryan in his 3rd inning of relief. Gotta love just the workhorse mentality coming out of the bullpen from a guy like Ryan. First fastball, pumps it in for strike 1, attacks the zone right away. And Ryan now looking at his going into his 43rd inning of relief on the season. The next pitch tosses that one fouled away to the left side. Tovey again will take a look at it, get the mask off, but all for naught, an 0 for 2. Or, excuse me, 0-2 count rather. No outs, Kennesaw State still with a 5-run lead. Able to get 2 runs in the 4, 5, and 6 innings, and then also 1 in the 2nd. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball outside, not quite on the edge enough. 1-2 count. Ryan back at it. Fastball just fought back to the screen for a foul ball. That was an elevated one. He just didn't get on top of it enough. Skidded off the top part of the bat. He adjusts his batting gloves, steps back into the box. Always measures out his distance with that home plate. The 1-2 count, and that breaking ball, he gets his back legs out of the way, kicks up some dirt. Drives it even to 2-2. Liberty only with 4 hits on the day. They had 12 runs yesterday. The 2-2 count to Ryan. Ryan spoils that one up. Maybe a fly out. Coro making his way, but the wall will meet him first as that one falls out of play. Coro has made a lot of running attempts into that foul territory on the third baseline. Ryan keeps holding his glove out, says, "Give me the dang ball." Again, this is a very intense guy. I just love his attitude out there on the hill. No outs, 2-2 count. Ryan already in his delivery. Fastball rides in, gets his shoulders out of the way for a ball 3. Again, a lot of chatter from the Liberty dugout as they start to get louder as the counts get longer. The full count. Outside, ball 4. And so the pinch hitter will reach. Again, that's Brandon Rohrer. He's batting for Jalen Guy. This brings up Gray Betts. The catcher here, the 0 for 3. He's also batting from this left side. 7-2 game, 12 hits for Kennesaw State, 4 for Liberty. They have a runner on via the walk. First one to Betts. Fastball, lower half for strike 1. I believe Ryan has gone fastball to the first pitch every single batter he's faced. If not, it's been near every batter. Runner gets his lead from first, and the next pitch outside. Tolvie with the backhanded grab. But again, Ryan in his 3rd inning of relief has yet to record out here in the top 8th. And if he all goes well, if he's able to get through this inning and then maybe even get through the next one, he will certainly be in line for that save opportunity, which that will be his 4th inning of relief, well within the restraints. 1-1 count, runner just getting his lead off of first. The pitch. That one low by matter of millimeters. I believe that was a changeup at the lower half, just outside. Clouds have started to creep in a little bit. The sun is not as out as it was to start off this game. No shadows at all, as it still is a 3:30 pitch right now. And the first pitch is at 1 o'clock. Decent pace here at the top 8, 2.5 hours. Next pitch. Fastball outside as that dirt pops up out of the glove. And Ryan maybe losing a little bit of that command. 3-1 count to one of the best hitters in the entire conference coming to this game with a 350 average, leading the team in Gray Betts. Also 57 hits, 20 RBIs. The next pitch. That one spoiled back. Hard foul, actually. Right, way out of play. And Betts has only struck out 20 times this year, 31 walks, and a .463 on base percentage, leading the team. So this guy with a good eye, and with a full count with a runner on, I think he's probably going to make a good decision with this next pitch. As now they're playing him to shift on that right side. Coro now playing where Simon usually is, and Simon pretty close to that second base bag. 3-2, no outs. The pitch, runner goes, and that's outside. So back-to-back walks for Jared Ryan, and right now, Kennesaw State with a little bit of worry in the back of their minds. Even though it's still a 5-run lead, pitching coach will come out to talk to Ryan. Maybe this might have to do, the lack of command might have to do with the problems he was having in the last 2 innings in terms of falling hard off that left side of the mound. Maybe an injury, maybe just a tweak, something. Well, obviously couldn't have been that legitimate or that problematic if he came back out for a third inning of relief. But regardless, they put Ryan out here because they want to win this game. This is the last time they're going to be able to face Liberty. And Liberty has dominated Kennesaw State. They came into a very interesting series, one that Kennesaw State, maybe if they were able to go back in time and win some of those games on the road against the Flames in Lynchburg, Virginia, maybe the crown for the ASUN championship would be, excuse me, the regular ASUN championship would still be up for grabs. But as of right now, Liberty officially sealed that door. Now with an 18-1 record, now Kennesaw State with a 12-7. Again, 5 of those have come from Liberty. Now runners on first and second. This is now Will Wagner. He went solo yard last time. First pitch, fastball sputtered out of play to the left side. Again, runners on first and second, no outs. 0-1 count to Wagner. 7-2 game. Kennesaw State leads. Shift here on the right side. Patel in the outfield grass. And Simon hugging that second base bag. 0-1. Ryan fires. That one shot to the other side into the Kennesaw State bullpen. Had to get up and make sure that wasn't going to stay fair. And there is a reliever warming up for Kennesaw State. There's no way in the world I could ever make whoever that is. 0-2 count. So Ryan ahead of Wagner. Can he finish him off? The pitch. Wagner again knocks that one to the opposite side out of play. Look at Ryan Kennedy out here, giving those baseballs to the umpire. You throw 4 innings with 3 or 4 innings with 1 earned. Now he's out helping everyone. 0-2. He fires. Fastball rides outside. Again, that seems to be his spot where he's missing, is up and away rather than anywhere else. Tovey had to get out of his stance to go glove that one with the left hand. 3 infielders on the right side, first base side. Coro, only defender on the opposite side. 1-2, Ryan delivers, breaking ball, and that one hit deep to right, curving a little bit, foul, off the shed back there, and definitely foul. Thank goodness. I will not hide my bias with that one. Do not want that one to stay fair. That would make this a very interesting ball game. If you learned anything about baseball, is that is never over. That's Kennesaw State yesterday. 1-2. Change up in the, I guess in the dirt. A little closer to the dirt than the zone. 2-2 count. Kennesaw State had 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th, down by 6 runs, and they score 5. And made that game very interesting. So Liberty might be able to do the same thing. The 2-2, fastball, paints it. Strike 3, gets him out. And Anderson has to walk back to the dugout. He strikes out looking. Right there, fastball painted on the outside edge. And that is good enough for the first out here in the top of the 8th inning. And Anderson, irate with that call. This brings up Will Wagner. I believe a correction. I believe I said Wagner was up last time. That was Anderson. This is now Wagner. Self-correction. First pitch. Slider breaks in, foul to the opposite side off the screen for strike 1. 1 out. 7-2 game. Kennesaw State leading. Runners on first and second. Both of them have reached via walk. So now Will Wagner. He's the guy who rattled Ryan for his only run of the game with that solo home run in the 6th. Here the plane fly over Kennesaw. 0-1. Changeup doesn't break enough in for ball 1. See Hodges stretching out there in left field. It was a very long inning in terms of time. Only 1 out already. The lefty in the box. spoils that one out of play yet again. Thank goodness there's no parking lot back there, or at least not directly behind the stadium. That's a liability. 1-2 count with one out. 7-2 lead for Kennesaw State. Infield, their normal depth. Simon pretty close to that second base bag. Ryan kicks and fires. Fastball just knocked back for another foul ball. Again, I'll say it maybe for the last time, but as the count gets longer, the Flames get louder in the dugout. That chatter, you get a long at bat and you're going to hear it from your teammates. 1-2 pitch. Outside, just not enough. Maybe an inch or two off the plate. Brings the count full. And Ryan really working that pitch count up in this inning. The 2-2, again, identical pitch just off the plate by a matter of inches. Full count with one out. Will Wagner at the plate, 2 of 3 on the day, but also with a strikeout. Wagner a power threat, 6 home runs. The pitch, thinks about it, but it's in the dirt. The third walk of the day for Ryan and the third walk of the inning. So we make that his 4th walk of the day, 3rd walk of this inning. So that loads the bases for Trey McDyer. McDyer today, 2 of 3, a double and a single. Ball's a fly out to center. Here in the 8th. That one knocked foul to the left side. 1 out. Here in the top of the 8th inning. Twelve hits for Kennesaw State, 4 for Liberty. 5th batter of the inning for Ryan. The 0-1, he flips. Fastball in the bottom half for strike 2. So he gets ahead of this hitter. I believe the first one he's gotten ahead of in a while. The Liberty chatter continues. Very long inning for Kennesaw State. Here in the top of the 8th. Slider poked out to center field. Carbajal gets underneath it. I don't think any runner will tag, and they will not as he brings it in, except for the runner at third. Knocks off of Simon's shin. The cutoff just did not work, and Simon limping a little bit, so runner scores from home. That is the 31st pitch this inning for Jared Ryan, and it finally results in a run for Liberty. So a sac fly for McDyer.
Designated hitter Brady Gulikowski.
This brings up Brady Gulikowski. So a heavy inning of work from Jared Ryan. Runners on first and third off the sac fly. First pitch, fastball knocked back for foul. His 6th batter faced. He walked 2 and then actually walked 3. Loaded the bases and then got a sac fly. So Gray Betts on third. He got on a walk. Guy scores. Or excuse me, the bench hitter. 0-1. Fastball in. Strike 2. Wagner on first base with a walk. So technically has not allowed a hit in this inning. But has allowed a run. 2 outs. The 0-2 pitch. Again, high and outside. That seems to be the fastball miss for Ryan in the last at least 2 innings. 1-2 count. He flips that one again. Same spot, same miss. Ryan looks down at the dirt. Not happy with himself. Calls for the ball reluctantly. 2-2, 2 outs. 7-3 game. Liberty getting back into this one, but still the 4-run deficit. Ryan delivers. Off speed. Got him. Swung on and missed on the bottom half of the zone. Kennesaw State goes back to the dugout. 3 outs left for the Liberty Flames offense. And Kennesaw State right now leads 7-3 going to the bottom of the 8th, seeing if they can get any insurance runs. Number 6, Trey Carter in the game here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Kennesaw State with a 4-run lead on 12 hits over the Liberty Flames, looking to get that elusive first win over the Flames this season. Again, 5 consecutive wins the Flames have over the Owls. Kennesaw State 3 outs away from breaking that skid. The first pitch into Tolvey, that's a fastball. Wow, velocity off the plate. Well, my eyes are open. Trey Carter, right-handed pitcher. That next one, and Tolvey just pops that one high into the outfield. I think looks like he will get underneath that as Wagner, excuse me. So Tolvey flies out. 1 out to start the bottom 8th. And Trey Carter gets a easy first out. Only takes 2 pitches. But again, he will wow you with velocity. Probably the hardest thrower I've seen all season. One of. So 1 out, 7-3 game. Kennesaw State still up. Change up. Definitely change of speed. But that one's bounces up off the home plate. 1-0. Carballo shifted to the right side. The pitch. Lets it right inside. They call it a strike. He spits on it. Takes his bat down. Right in on the black. 1-1. The fastball blows it past him, man. Now 2 strikes. 1-2, 1 out. 7-3. Kennesaw State leading, but man, this is a freshman that popping off on the screen right now for you guys at home. The pitch, the fastball, but Carballo hits it right back where it came from, but taken in by the shortstop. So a awkward looking 6-3 put out for Carballo, and he goes down So 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 8th. Kennesaw State just looking to get into the 9th and trying to put the Flames out of their misery here today. This brings up Terence Norman. Not a tremendous game, but reached last time in the 6th inning off a walk. So technically 0 for 3 today. 7-3 ball game. That first changeup, a 58-footer. So 1-0 count to Norman, 2 outs. Kennesaw State has garnered 7 runs in this game. The 1-0. Again, wow, that one bounced in the infield grass. It was so far in front of the plate. Bounced back to the screen. So I think that was probably a breaking ball that he just held in his hand a second too long. That's all it really takes with the release point. Huge gap over the middle in the defense. 2-0. Fastball high. A blur. So 3-0 count to Norman. Norman looking to get another walk. The 3-0 delivery. Fastball inside. Two-seam action. Had some late life. Breaks inside for strike 1. 3-1 now to Norman. Norman has walked only 26 times this year. Strikeout candidate with 43. Also 422 on base percentage. That fastball outside, but not enough to stay in the zone for a walk to Norman with 2 outs. So Norman will stay 0 for 3, but reach base twice on the day. This brings up the hot bat of Garrett Hodges in that left-handed box. Norman has to walk all of his equipment back. He forgot to take it off. No, he didn't. No, he's getting substituted, actually. Never mind. That is a pinch runner.
Number 34, Nick Kalina.
Did not see Kalina coming from the dugout, so Nick Kalina substituting for Terence Norman on the base paths. So that will be Norman's last at bat here against Liberty. Now, this not be the last game for Kennesaw State. They still get to play Wofford on Tuesday, and then the ASUN tournament all of next weekend. We'll see. Looks like Kennesaw State might host. And Hodges lines that one into deep right center, but taken in by Rohrer to end this 8th inning. So 3 outs left for the Liberty Flames. Kennesaw State was able to garner some magic. We'll see what happens here at the top of the 9th inning. Kennesaw State going into the final inning up by 4 runs. 3 outs away from breaking this losing skid for Kennesaw State. 7-3 lead. Colby Johnson now in the game. Logan Fink at first base. Nick Kalina in left field. Garrett Hodges rotates, switches corners, and Norman comes out and Hodges in right. First hitter up. This is Cam Locklear. Again, Colby Johnson in the game. First pitch, and that one hit to deep center field. Carballo working his way back, and gone. Off the scoreboard in right center, and Johnson surrenders a home run to start off this 9th inning. I should sit down. I was standing up when that happened. Cam Locklear goes yard, the top 9th. So Ryan comes out of the game, and now a 3-run game. Now Jake Wilson at the plate. First ball in, change up in the dirt. Wilson playing center field. Excuse me, playing center field now. Was in right field to start off this game. Second pitch, change up, low again, 2-0. Still no outs, 7-4 game. Kennesaw State has held a very good lead the entire game. Right now, Liberty chipping away. Fastball, that one lined over to Patel, two-hopper, gloves it, throws it over to Fink for out number 1. So gives up the solo shot, but then comes back and gets a rollout to second base. So a routine 4-3. This brings up Logan Matthew, and you'd not want to see this guy late in the game with guys on base. So right now, a very good time to be seeing Matthew. 12 home runs. He's second in the ASUN in that category. Only hitting 183 coming into this game from the left side. First pitch, fastball inside. He moves his hips back, gets out of the way, just scoots back in the dirt. 1-0 count with 1 out. Shift hard to the right side as Simon deep right field. Next pitch, and that one hit deep to right field, but foul, please. Yes. That one twists to the right. Gets over the shed. That one didn't even bother hitting the shed. Way over. 1-1 count with 1 out. Loud 1 strike, and that one fouled back to the opposite side. And again, Matthew was looking to pull that to the right as a lefty, but hit underneath it and fouled it off to the opposite side out of play. 1-2 count. Johnson has already surrendered a solo jack. 7-4 ball game. The 1-2 delivery. Breaking ball. Breaks on the inside part of the plate. Matthew knew it. Did not swing at it. And he gets the hat trick. 3 strikeouts for Matthew. And the second out here in the bottom 9. So down to the last out for the Liberty Flames. Kennesaw State looking to snap this losing skid to the Flames. They've lost the last 5 to this team. Looking to get a final conference win going into the tournament next week. 2 outs. That first fastball off the plate for ball 1. Colby Johnson also looking for, I don't believe he will qualify for the save, coming in with 4 runs. We'll have to see. He kicks and fires. That one bounces up into the dirt and Tolvy's glove. Liberty's dugout, got to give him some credit. Still talking, still keeping the chatter rather high. So 2-0 count, 2 outs. KSU with a 3-run lead. Compiled 12 hits. Liberty with 5. 2-0. He kicks and fires, and that one off. This is to Brandon Brower. The 3-0 pitch. Get me over fastball right down the pipe. 2 outs in the bottom or top of the 9th. Kennesaw State 2 strikes or 1 out away from getting a win. The next one off the plate, and Brower gets the walk. He has had back-to-back walks. That brings up Gray Betts.
Gray Betts.
And Johnson struggling to find that command, even though he had back-to-back outs. Now allows the walk to Brower, and Betts comes up to the dish. He has 3 home runs, .515 slugging percentage coming into today's game. First pitch, fastball in for strike 1. He showed bunt. You're not fooling us with that. No way he's going to lay down a bunt with 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Defense shifted to that right side. Does not show this time and pops that one out into center field, but Carballo coming in on it. There's a drop in between it. Simon makes a fantastic basket catch over the shoulder to end this game. Kennesaw State snaps the losing streak and gets a win against the Liberty Flames in the last time they will face them in the regular season off a wow catch by Tyler Simon here in the top of the 9th. Kennesaw State takes it 7-4. Wow, 12 hits today for Kennesaw State, and they finally get a win. The first and last win over the Flames in the regular season. They will play Wofford on Tuesday in the A-Sun Conference Tournament over the next weekend. But Kennesaw State wins on a Sunday here today, 7-4 over the Liberty Flames. Thank you guys for watching.